In yesterday's class, we desaturated our sports photos, we downloaded filters, we experimented. We're going to continue experimenting today. And we'll start off with Jamais. This is actually not only the first submission, but probably my favorite from yesterday because she did a wonderful job with desaturating. The lights are really light, the darks are really dark. It's a cool photo, and this is a really nifty blending mode. Everything is very visible and apparent, but we're going to improve it in just a little bit. We're going to continue working. Here's an example from Henry. I like it. The text has got to be significantly bigger. So, my man, we talk a lot about the importance of contrast. It's difficult for me to read these words. You're going to want to shift this text down. You're going to want to get rid of that layer style. And Order of the British Empire should be at least 3 times this size. It's got to be a lot bigger. Look at all this space right here. You want to utilize that more wisely. Here is this photo that Imani is using. I like the blending modes. She actually combined 2 ones, and this is a really cool photo of Joseph Lantigua. I'm excited about what she's going to produce. Here's another really good one. As much as I like the original photo, and as cool as this texture is, it's just missing something. And the reason I say that is because Amanda's kind of hidden over here, and when I look up here, I like the purple, but I'm just not in love with this kind of like muted kind of gray background. And I didn't really get a chance to elaborate on that in class, but I'm convinced she can find another blending mode to really enhance this image or experiment with it further, because right now it's just lacking something. Here is Lissandro's, and Lissandro, couple things. 1, this is weird. 2, I like this cool stripe going along the left perimeter. I think it's pretty nifty, but we talk about color inversion. Here you got yellow on dark and then white on yellow. What you want to do is high school at its best. I love that quote, and that's in fact what your classmates are going to be using today. But instead of white on yellow, that doesn't make sense. You're going to want to have it dark on yellow. So you're going to use the eyedropper tool. You're going to select this gray right here, this dark gray, and you're going to have that being the text that says at its best. And you're going to want to change the font, but overall I like what you're doing. I think this is Vaqueen. Vaqueen, you're going to want to apply levels a little bit more. You're going to want to experiment with different blending modes, but it sure does look like this time Amanda's having fun. Here we got Kimberly's great photo. I do not like the font, and I do not like how far Strive for Perfection, how far it's separated from each other. I want you to reduce the leading and maybe have Strive for on one line and have perfection. That's what we want to emphasize, right? So make perfection the biggest word. You could actually, you know what? We're going to come back to this image in a little bit. Let me copy that. We'll come back. Here we got another one from Vaqueen. Amanda, this time you're having fun on the swings. Vaqueen, Academy of Urban Planning, I would like to see this in like a really white and heavy font rather than this sort of violet skinny font. Here we've got Joseph. Joseph, this is nifty. I'm intrigued by your slogan. I'm not in love with the slogan, despite the fact that you're doing something unique. If I were you, I would keep this, except get rid of the stroke on the outside. That's kind of crazy. We'll talk more about that later. I love this texture, this blending mode that Laura applied. She and I discussed this yesterday. I would consider applying an additional blending mode right over her and then applying the inversion selection technique to create some greater contrast. But that's weird, man. I like it. Laura, nice job. Here's another one from her. This reminds me of like a storybook or a picture book of some sort. All it needs is some really powerful text. I think that in most of our posters, it's going to be like just like Lissandro's, high school at its best, high school at its best, high school at its best. I don't see that for this particular image. It's yearning for something else. So Ina submitted lots of images, and I really appreciate her following rule number 3, which we remember is working hard. I like this blending mode. I think she can do a lot more with it. I see another texture and maybe the lower right hand corner. She can continue experimenting with this. Autumn did a really nice job with this. Likewise, I see I see the Academy of Urban Planning, the best in Brooklyn. Hand down, man down. Brandon did a really nice job with blending modes. With desaturation and levels. Jaquan looks like he's having fun. Brandon looks like he's taking him to town, but I can also see the importance of experimenting with different textures. So now let's go back to Photoshop. Here's Jamais. I'm gonna copy and paste Kimberly's in real quick because I think she can benefit from the same idea. So as much as I really like this Najee, and I really do, what I think we can do to enhance the overall quality of this image is apply the rule of thirds. So I see you're smack dab in the middle, and we really want to emphasize you, right? We don't want to emphasize this basketball court or the trees in the distance. You are our star. And so when I apply the rule of thirds, and I'm going to teach you how to do this, it's kind of difficult to see, but we kind of got our grid right here. We want to have, I'm going to say your face and like the ball sort of in upper right hand corner of our, what we're going to refer to as our PowerPoint. So I'm going to use the crop tool, and I'm going to eyeball it, and then we'll check it. So if we're splitting this up into like 9 equal subdivisions, I think I want you about right there, and I'm going to press enter. I of course did the crop to do that, and now when I press control apostrophe, I'll teach you how to set this up. There we go. So you know what, I didn't do a great job because we can see right there, there's the PowerPoint. I'm going to try this again. Let's go like maybe right there, maybe this time it'll improve it. No, I did even worse job. But for right now, what we want to do is where we see this intersection, that's probably where we want to have her face in the ball. You guys are gonna think about that as you create your poster. Right now, this is aesthetically, this is much improved. And what she's gonna do is she's gonna take her slogan, "Ball is life," and also the best in Brooklyn. She's gonna write her text. Maybe if I were you, if we're keeping in mind that it's going to be like this. Obviously, we don't want text going over this right vertical line. So I would consider having it something like this. And it can overlap her sort of shins and knees right there. And I would consider having the AEP logo maybe right there. And that would be an outstanding image. Same thing for Kimberly. Here we go. So she's going to want to bring this down. I see the basketball court right here. I'm sorry, I see the rim right there. She's going to think about the rule of thirds. She's going to want to think about bringing this text, combining it so that maybe instead it's like strive here. Maybe it's something like strive for perfection. It can overlap a little bit, provided that it doesn't obstruct her jump shot or this ball. We can think more about that later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, let me know. Good luck.